name existed forever. Before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shock them like real product. Creep with baddies in sequence, dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? DNA of King James, kin of St. Michael. Polygamous minded, 7 wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk. That's foul like a will be hard to lie. I leave them scared like when they hear their name called, but ain't nobody.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Cam Little after the opening kick. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. He's got a lane up past the 30. And an excellent effort there, sets him up almost at midfield.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and that's right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And he takes it ahead for a 4-yard pickup there to begin our game.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Third and just 2 to go.
Let's go now.
Here he is on 3rd and short. First, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On 1st down, here's Penix. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Remember, it's pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Penix looking to run with it. Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there. They catch it behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
The toss snap to Robinson. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Cool, all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Starting from the 5. He dodged the tackle. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Cuts, this is Xavier Leggett. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Pass play on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's taken down at the 30. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's good for a Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They're going to run it. This is Trevor Etienne. Running in the red zone. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers finish off their opening drive.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards. But the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Palmer. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Drew Sanders that time on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Man in motion out of the slot. Now Penix off the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Falcon 1st down.
Penix now. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Falcons 1st down. A gain of 21 yards. 1st down at 9.
Again, left side. Here's Robinson. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Penix now on 1st down. Leads into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons break the tie here in the 1st. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Kickoff for Atlanta.
Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. And after the play, one of the Falcons still out there injured. So we'll get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down. That's going to do it for our 1st quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 14-7 game. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at 1st down here. He's going to throw it. This is Wiggins working the left side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route. They get 1 step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Defense couldn't hang on to the interception. Can they make a stand here on 3rd and short? Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Into the hands of Liggett. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They are throwing it again. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Still sticking with the passing game. Completes. It's Trevor Etienne. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
Little knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
It fed to the kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and get it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On the return, here's Palmer. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
In the pistol formation here first as they come to the line. From the shotgun, Penix. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Carter here from the gun. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Penix here from the gun. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Move the chains! Gotta move their chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
5 still to go here. This is second down. From the gun, it's Robinson. Next attack, he's still going. And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So when we come back, Brock, it's going to be 2nd and 8, so we've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Penix working from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He'd been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. He still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Koo able to put it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Looking to throw here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Falcons take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 43. There's Robinson on his own read. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Completed to his running back. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
And the Falcons, first down. A gain of 15. First down, Falcons.
To the air with Penix. Finds him over the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
An option give to Robinson. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. Another carry for Robinson. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
This return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Has room down the left sideline. He took it all the way. Oh, baby, what a return. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it. Wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here's Palmer. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on first down. Line up the design keeper. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, first and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on. First down play. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Rod lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes second and 11. And this is intercepted. And the Falcons take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt, I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and a chance to add to this lead.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here's Penix to throw. Gets him on the in route. Get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and that's a Falcon first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Here's Penix. Finds his back. It's Robinson. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Carter. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Falcons push their lead further to start the half. This play going under review by the officials. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. From inside the 1, here's 1st and goal. Carter again. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Ready up.
Options are open here, and this is 2nd and inches.
Hey, Stephanie. Go.
They run it again with Carter. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Now from the 2-yard line, it's 3rd and goal.
19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. Here we go.
Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Falcons push push their lead further to start the half. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Looking right, and he finds it. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Xavier Legette the target on that throw. So it's 2nd down coming up. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, throwing the coverage too many times, there'll be more interceptions.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down. Here's Hubbard on the give. He's still going at the 30. Down to the 10. And he has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. On his little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. On the return, here's Palmer. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Play fake. Penix escapes the pocket. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrives at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Penix to throw again on 2nd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Bijan Robinson that time out of the backfield. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
3rd down, it's Penix. He beams one deep right side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Takes this in at the 25. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
down.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
Let's go now.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's the Panthers who have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard.
At the 49-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. That's complete. Sanders got it outright. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the gain. But boy, Brock, what a shot.
That's a gain of 6.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Setting up to throw. Got a man, and Horn has it. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, get the quarterback.
And he scores. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers come through to tie it in the 4th. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big game, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Palmer. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. They're going play fake with Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Matt Milano in to pick it up. And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Great work by the defense here, partner. They helped force him to his opposite side, made the throw that much tougher to get away clean.
And with so many numbers today, right? They always talk about baseball being an analytics game, but the more we cover this league, Kate, we see there's analytics in this game as well. And these defensive...
He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers grow their lead to 8. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Palmer. He stopped on the run back of the 27. First call here coming from the shotgun. Here's Robinson, start the drive. Shoots away from one. And in a blink, they are out to midfield before somebody manages to stop it. They get 23 on that one. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like stat just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brian, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They'll throw 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Falcon first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick. And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. That last interception gave him a chance to take the lead, partner. And now their defense gets them another one so they can start growing this advantage.
Yeah, this defense let them know we don't want to defend a small lead. Here's the ball again. Go get us a 2-score advantage this time. Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Let's go now.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. There's a dive up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. And he puts Ware under this one, right side. This is caught inside the 15. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers up by 8. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. Here's a give to Hubbard. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. On his Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. The Panthers lead by 15 now. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Palmer. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Completed over the middle. Escapes the defender. they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
Brings up second and goal at the 31-yard line.
Throwing, Penix. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Shit as he threw it leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Down in the fourth, offense staying out there for this. Carter up the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on fourth down.
That's simply a bet being made that not only is your call or scheme better, but that your players just want it more than the big fellas on defense do. And clearly on that one, they did.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. So it'll be second down. From the shotgun, Penix. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now to throw. That's a caught for the first. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right in the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Penix on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up second down.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's second and 10. Penix is going to throw again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is to throw. Trying to push deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. We have seen this happen before, partner. 3 interceptions in a row. We're going to spare the quarterbacks who've done it. Not going to mention any names, but man, not a list that he wanted to join.
Yeah, he probably stopped throwing the ball. Like, stop throwing the ball. You say that out loud?
That was out loud, yeah. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Second quarterback run here. So the Panthers guard the vault and get the win at home. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
Black Grand National.